You're plugged into Schaumburg Speaks, a podcast highlighting and celebrating local businesses and community in the Schaumburg area.
Hello and welcome to Schaumburg Speaks, where we're plugging into business and community, brought to you by the Schaumburg Business Association and Ian Ryan Interactive. I'm your host, Andrea Biwer, the president of the SBA, and today we're bringing you an episode packed with excitement and fun and a whole lot of inspiration. It's a brand new year and we're kicking off 2026, our 25th anniversary year, by introducing someone who's going to be the driving force in our SBA community. Let's give a big round of applause to our new chair of the board, who happens to be partner and a podcaster, so I have to do this really well, at IA Business Advisors, my friend, Gregg-Brooke Koleno. Welcome to Schaumburg Speaks, Greg.
Thank you, Andrea. It's
Chair of the board.
I know, it's amazing. I'm so excited.
We are so excited to have you, and it's just such a coincidence. You're chair of the board, and we didn't plan this, but we're wearing matching colors to start off our year, and here we are. So we're thrilled to have you. And now, before we dive into all the exciting things in 2026, let's have our viewers get to know you and many of our members who may not know what Gregg-Brooke Koleno is all about. Let's share with us your journey to get you to where you are today.
Wow. It's a long journey. I'll try and condense it down for
It's okay.
you. I was actually born and lived 30 minutes north of here in Buffalo Grove.
Okay.
Grew up here. I've worked in the Schaumburg community. I grew up coming to Woodfield Mall and going down the slide in Woodfield Mall, which is not there anymore.
I remember that.
It was so fun.
So cool.
And just for 14 years of my career was in the Schaumburg area, right across the street by Woodfield Mall, next to Nordstrom Rack, and working in small business, growing and scaling small businesses. And now I get to help a lot of small businesses all over the country grow and scale.
That is great. So Schaumburg is a big connection. Obviously, Buffalo Grove wasn't far. So where did you go to college, Greg? Like what? Let's give a little bit more details on Greg.
Undergrad, I did at Bradley University.
Okay.
I got my Bachelor's of Science with business and marketing.
Yeah.
I got my MBA from Roosevelt right across the street.
Perfect. Members.
They're members as
Yeah.
well, and they have that great RISE program there.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, so, but the majority of my learning, I think, is just in the business world. And literally starting with a company of 20 employees and growing it over 14 years to 1,200 employees. We working for 14 years with a company called Interactive Health, where when I joined, we were 20 employees and we were growing, and we were big in Schaumburg. We were members of the Schaumburg Business Association back then. Our sales team got involved. I was on the operations side, building and growing the sales or the operations organization. And then we sold the company twice through PE. And we bought another company in the middle and just grew it. And over the 14 years, went from 20 employees to about 1,200 all in.
Oh, my God.
Had clients all over the country, and we were literally saving people's lives. We were an on-site wellness company. And after that, I wanted to find another small business that was looking to grow. And I was introduced to Brian and IA Business Advisors, and he founded IA now 30 years ago. So 2026 is our 30th year in February, which is truly amazing. And the organization is just all about spreading positivity and smart management to our clients all over the world. I focus on clients in the United States, and SMART being specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. Most people have heard of SMART goals.
Yeah.
Right. So, but we take the goal, which is your noun, and we put the actions in place, which is SMART management, your verb. And it's all about everything you do in your organization. If you think about those 5 words,
Yes.
the organization runs better, people communicate better, your strategic planning is better, your succession planning, everything you do is smarter, literally. And so finding IA 6 years ago and working with Brian and the team has just been such a joy to me. And we have such a positive influence on so many people around us, not only our team members, but our clients all over the world. And yeah, so that's
for
my
your
story.
Yeah. That is awesome. So what about you as a person outside of work? Give us the lowdown on that.
Yeah, so my husband and I live on a lake. We met boating. Fun fact, I bought my first boat from him.
So you like to boat.
I love
when did
boating,
you get into boating?
I've liked it since I was young. I grew up going to camp, overnight camp, and learned how to water ski in 5th grade and just really enjoyed being on the water. I learned how to sail and water ski. And so to me, the water is my happy place. And I lived in the city for 12 years, and my goal was to buy a house on a lake. And I had the opportunity in '09, and I bought the house, and here I am.
And you met your husband like in that same arena, boating and all of that. That's wonderful.
Exactly, yeah.
Wonderful.
And so I did wakeboard. I don't anymore, but I like to paddleboard, and we have a beautiful daughter who loves to be on the water as well. So yeah,
so that's great. Okay, so one question. So why did you never? Being that you like to be on the water so much, why do you live in this state? I'm laughing because wintertime, you could only be on the water. You learned to really appreciate it, right?
Absolutely.
For the 3 months?
Absolutely. Yeah. I live here because our families live here, and we're very close with our families. And so we're here.
So you're
because
here
of
and your
them,
friends,
yeah.
and we are so lucky that you are. So that is interesting. So at least now everybody knows a little bit about Gregg and that they need to go see her on her boat, especially on the weekends. So back to IA Advisors, you were talking a little bit about that and making that transition. Could we dive a little bit deeper on exactly the services that you provide with the company a little bit more? Because you have been a longtime member of SBA, and that would be just great to know more.
Yeah, so we work with business owners to help them get from where they are to where they want to go, and whatever that means for them. So we help them identify what their goals are and how they're going to get there. A lot of times we start on the finance side, so the bookkeeping, the accounting, the fractional CFO. The businesses we work with are generally too small to hire a W-2 CFO, so we'll play that CFO role for them. And then once we help them get all their financials in order, they know that their forecasting, their budgeting, their break-even point, they have all that solid, then we can help them scale and grow their business, and whatever that means. Is it something in the operations side and helping them come up with operational efficiencies, whether like Six Sigma, and making sure that their processes and their procedures are all in place. And we do a lot of succession planning too. So what does the owner of the business want for their succession? Do they want to sell the business? Do they have family members in the business? Do they want to do ESOP to the employees? So what does that look like? So we'll help them through all those stages. So really helping the business owner and their team identify their gaps and overcome their challenges and make improvements.
So your ideal client, as you mentioned, small to mid-sized businesses. Give us an example of some of the industries that is your niche that you really like to work with.
So me personally, I work with a lot of women and minority business owners that are looking to accelerate their business. But overall, as an organization, we've worked with every type of industry you can possibly imagine, from the trades, both union and non-union, general contractors, plumbers, electricians, to professional services, to we have wineries, we have breweries, we have farmers, everything you can imagine, from startup through exit and everything in between. We have clients that are 100-year-old businesses, multi-generational, where we've just worked with them over time in their succession from one generation of the family to the next. And as you can probably imagine, there's a lot behind that, especially from the emotional intelligence side. And so we work a lot on that with them.
So give an example of one of your favorite clients or your best success story that you've had since being with IA.
Oh my gosh.
I'm sure there's so many, because I know so many people that work with you, Gregg, but or your favorite story. Do you have one? I'm putting her on the spot.
Yeah, you are putting me on the spot. I need to think about that for a moment. Do I have a favorite? Okay, I work with a lot of businesses in Delaware. So there's a nonprofit organization in Delaware called the Pete DuPont Freedom Foundation. And Pete DuPont's at DuPont Air. He was a governor in Delaware back in the 80s and has done a lot of amazing things for that state. And it's a really wonderful state and great people there. And they really believe this organization, in order to make Delaware a great place to live, work, and raise a family, is through small business. And so they have this program, it's called the E3 program. It's the entrepreneurial ecosystem. And the program gives minority business owners an opportunity to identify their gaps. So we work with 20 plus companies every year to help them identify their gaps and give them recommendations on what they need to do to meet their goals. In one particular company, these two gentlemen, Bryce and Joel, they will not mind me sharing.
Okay.
We have testimonials from them. They're on our website. They're just two amazing young gentlemen in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware. And when they were in undergrad, they were in an entrepreneur program. And they identified an opportunity in low-income housing. There were all these rundown plate homes in Wilmington that they saw a need to be able to rehab them and then work with different government agencies in Delaware to get people into these homes. So there were transitional homes, and the state would pay the rent for these individuals. So they go from experiencing homelessness to living in these homes that Joel and Bryce's organization's called Wilminvest, their company, living in these homes, and then transitioning to working with case workers to purchase or rent their own homes. And so the company is amazing. And Joel and Bryce, they went from, I think when we started working with them, they may have had like 4 or 5 homes, but now I think they're up to like 20 or 30, probably over 30 by now. And now they're looking at multi-unit dwellings, and it's just been a really great organization. It's company to work with, and just helping them through those challenges of growing and scaling a business.
And I'm seeing like a key thing of things that you like, Greg, and this is helping people. So not only are they being successful and making money and using their entrepreneur, but it also has an element of giving back, which is so your heart and so you, which just leads me into your giving back mentality. You joined, so let's back it up before we go that, because I think you sharing your story in your SBA journey is going to show people the giving back. When did you all decide that IA Advisors, were they members before you joined them, or did you become?
So when I joined IA in November of 2019, and this time frame is really important.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah. So 2019 November, I joined IA, and Brian said, we're members of the Schaumburg Business Association and another chamber. Check them out and, stick with the one that you want. And so I went to both, and the SBA just really drew me in. And I told him I'm choosing the SBA, and I put all my eggs into the SBA basket. And the first event I went to was the women networking group. So women in networking. I went to a lunch in February of 2020.
Whoa, a couple weeks probably before the shutdown.
Literally, it was just a few weeks before.
And that was your first event?
That was my first event after talking with the SBA team and an ambassador. And then I joined.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
We sucked her in.
Literally. So I joined WIN, and because we were on shutdown, everything was remote. So I would just attend those meetings remotely. And then as soon as we started doing in person, I just went all in and started attending as many events as I could, getting to know the people. And eventually I was asked to be an ambassador. So I became an ambassador, which was such a great joy to work with the ambassadors, and then a board member.
And your journey, it was quick. And here you are, chairman of the board next year, 2026. Yeah. So what is one piece of advice you can give to a new member? So bringing you back to that first meeting in 2019, that you could give our members today, or our new members, or somebody considering joining a chamber? What worked for you?
So you are going to get out of it what you put into it. Mm-hmm. That is the key thing to realize. And when you become a new member, you're assigned an ambassador. Take advantage of the opportunity to meet with your ambassador, talk about your goals for your business and for being a member of the SBA, and rely on your ambassador to help onboard you and tell you all the wonderful things that the SBA has to offer, but that's really going to help you meet your goals. Is that joining a networking group? Is that attending business after hours? Is it speaking at different events? Is it sponsoring events? Really learn a lot from your ambassador because they're the experts, and then from there, focus on what you are going to do. If it's just you have to be able to choose your path that you're going to go on.
Yeah, I mean, that is so true. When you and also when you give and you go, you get.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that worked for you. So at least when you were an ambassador, obviously you did that for a lot of the members that you got to meet. So let's transition. You started with your women's group, with going to a women's group here. And I know throughout that journey, you and a few other members put together an alliance group called SWAG. Tell us about that portion of your journey, because this is all possible. Again, the reason why we're going into this majority is, as a new member, as a existing member, there's so much endless possibilities, and this will, please share with us your story.
Okay. I'm happy to. So our Women in Networking group was a true networking group. That means it's a non-compete. You could have one woman from each industry in it. So you could have one realtor, one mortgage person, one business advisor, one accountant, one attorney. And so our group, when I joined, was about 28 women. And over the 2 or 3 years, we had some women who moved to different companies that were outside the Schaumburg area that weren't members of the SBA. We had a few women who actually moved out of the state. So the group went down to about 16 members. And we were concerned with that. So we met. I was the vice chair at the time in the executive team of the networking group. So the executive team met with the Schaumburg Business Association team to try and figure out what we can do to boost enrollment in the group. Mm-hmm. And what we learned was the group wasn't supposed to be a networking group. It was supposed to be an alliance group. And an alliance group, the key difference is you can have multiple people from the same industry. So the alliance group is more building relationships versus a direct referral group like a networking group. And so we decided to pivot from a networking group to an alliance group. And my goal was to go from 16 members to getting 50 women. And we did it. In that first few months of pivoting, we changed the name to the SBA Women's Alliance Group. And we were able to get up to 15 women in the group. But the group is all about mentoring each other, supporting each other, just being a positive influence on each other. And I truly believe as humans, our most important responsibility is our influence. And that's influence we have on ourselves and those around us. So it's important to make sure you're having a positive influence. And I truly feel through, it's called SWAG for short, we have a positive influence on each other.
You do. And then fast forward it to 2025. How many members of the SWAG Alliance Group Women in Business do you have that take part in it now?
So that actually take part in it, we're up to generally 60, 65 women who show up for our lunches. We have monthly lunches. But we have over 420 women on our list.
That are amazing.
That have come, and it's not always the same people at every lunch, but it depends on if they, what their schedules, if they permit, they can attend. But in 2026, we're really excited for because, as you know, we had Women in Business quarterly lunches and other Women in Business events. Like we did the fashion show in the past and some other things. And so Carrie Ann Ryan, who led that, and with me leading SWAG and you and some of the other team members here at the SBA, we got together in 2025 to figure out how do we join forces and merge this together to be one umbrella, so it's all things women in the SBA. And so that's where we're heading.
So
for
announce it. What is it now? Again, we'll talk about your 2026, but while we're on SWAG, announce what we're doing.
So
officially
you're
hearing
announcing,
it.
Yeah. So officially, Women in Business and SWAG have merged into one, and so it's going to be called SWAG, but the SWAG no longer stands for Schaumburg Business Association Women's Alliance Group. It now stands for the Schaumburg Business Association Women's Advisory and Gratitude. So it's all about advising and supporting each other and gratitude. As you know, we always start our SWAG meetings with gratitudes, which is one of my favorite things. And
Mine
so
too.
the biggest difference logistically is now we have monthly lunches that are at Shaw's Crab House, which is Megan and the team there has been amazing to work with. And we have the opportunity for women to showcase their businesses by having a sponsor table or sponsoring the event. So it gives more women an opportunity to really showcase their business. So we're really excited. We have some great speakers lined up for next year.
So give us details. When in 2026, when is SWAG going to meet?
So we are meeting the second Thursday of each month from 11:30 to 1:30 at Shaw's.
Perfect. It's going to be a great time. So sign up today at SchaumburgBusinessAssociation.com and you could reserve your spot. Members and non-members are welcome to try it out. So Chairman of the Board 2026, we are going to be elevating together. Tell us what elevating together and what your chairmanship is going to look like as we move throughout the year.
So this is a big year for us at the SBA.
Yes, it is.
It's our 25th anniversary, which I think is truly amazing. And I'm honored to be elected as the chairwoman of this year of the board. We do have an amazing board. We have an amazing team here at the SBA. And really, to me, elevating and bringing the members together and helping each one meet their goals personally and professionally. Is that growing your business by getting more clients? Is that finding your power partners? Is it, finding your tribe? Maybe you're looking for friends or you just need support personally. We've got everything in the SBA.
So the new board is getting together in January when this airs for your first official chairman of the board. What is some of the new ideas that you have for the board of directors as it relates to members as we go into the new year and how they could all work together to grow everyone's business?
So I think the big part is understanding how each board member wants to get involved in the SBA and understand that some people want to get involved by volunteering or mentoring or supporting new members. We have many of our board members who are ambassadors. I think our ambassador committee is spot on. They're amazing. Dave Losavio does a great job leading that group. And I think that helping the members understand all the amazing things that SBA has to offer. I mean, we're almost 900 members.
Yes.
And there is,
so exciting.
It's like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. There's something for everyone, right?
Right.
So we have, if you're an introvert, we have networking for introverts. It's a great group that Jim runs. If you're more of an extrovert and you like going out and doing social activities, we have business after hours. We have Savor in February. We have lots of great things. So I just think it's important for the board and everyone involved to know what all the SBA has to offer and all the great things it has to offer.
That's so great. And we are excited for the year, and it's going to be wonderful. I know our listeners are chomping at the bit. They're wanting to get to know you and contact you or possibly use your services for IA Business Advisors. What's the best way that they could reach you?
The best way to reach me is just my email.
Yeah.
And it's Gregg at iabusinessadvisors.com. That's the best way to reach me.
Yeah, or come out to an SBA event,
Yeah,
because I
I'm
know
at
you're
all.
going to be at a lot of them. All right, so we have a new ending that we like to do. So this is going to be a quick fire ways to get to know our chair of the board, Gregg. So Gregg, why don't let's start off this quick fire for telling us your favorite book.
Oh, that's good to great.
Okay, good to great. What about Gregg Koleno's favorite movie?
It's an old one.
It's good.
E.T.
Oh, I love that. We were so young when that came out, E.T. What is your favorite SBA event that you've attended thus far?
I really like Savor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that we've asked this question before, and that seems to be a recurring theme. What is your favorite guilty pleasure that you could say on a podcast?
I really, you're going to laugh, but it's my paddleboarding.
Yeah.
It's I love to come home from work, and even if it's chilly out, not now, but even if it's 50 degrees, I put on a wetsuit and I'll put on a hat and coat, and I will go out on the paddleboard.
Come one with the water. So what is your funniest story of taking somebody out on a paddle boat? It's probably, it has to do with me because I was horrible at it.
No, it wasn't. It
was so much fun.
So my friend Mary came out on the paddleboard with me, and it was not her first time paddling, but she wasn't as experienced as some people maybe. And so the wind picked up, and there was she felt like there was a current, and so she couldn't paddle it forward. So I ended up having to have her lay down on her board and hold onto my board, and I had to paddle us both back to shore.
What is one piece of advice you could give to a woman-owned business, like the first, somebody needing advice that is deciding to open up, maybe after college?
Find a mentor. Seek others that have been there. There are definitely other women out there who have been in your shoes, and it's really important to learn from them. So finding a mentor.
What's the greatest advice your mother or father ever told you that you live today that you still tell others?
So it was my mom in high school, and she said, never talk bad about anyone because you never know when they're going to come back into your life. And that is so true.
Yeah, that's very true. Who is your favorite new friend at SBA that you've met? I want her to say me, no, but
well,
member.
You're my newest.
Yeah, newest
You're my
for sure.
Newest,
what is one relationship that has been very helpful mentor-wise that you've met through here that's still a member?
Alicia Gabriel at Bear Construction. A lot of people don't know this, but she worked for United her whole career and retired from United, and had a very high up position in operations. And she is a very wise woman and gives amazing advice. And she has become one of my closest, dearest friends. I love her. She's a great human.
She is, and she will be on the board this year. So we are excited to have her and have that wonderful human around all of us more. So what is your favorite restaurant in Schaumburg?
Bluefish.
Oh, and that's a new restaurant. That's great.
It's new to Schaumburg.
Yeah.
However, they're in Park Ridge and they're in Vernon Hills, which is not far from me. The food is unbelievable.
Your favorite place to shop in Schaumburg?
Nordstrom Rack.
Yeah. So one thing, Gregg, that is so special to me, as you know, Lori Stone, who is our founding president, is my mom, and you had the honor of getting the Lori Stone Woman of the Year award, along with several other amazing women that are members. What did that mean to you when you got that award?
It meant the world to me. First of all, just being nominated by your peers speaks volumes,
Sure
but then to be chosen as the recipient that year of the award, it truly meant the world to me. It was, I think, the first year that we had our swag, and I was leading swag, and just the support of the women in the SBA and the men as well in the SBA, but truly winning that it meant a lot to me. I'm at a loss for words, to be honest. Yeah, it's so special. And, with your mom,
yeah, it's special.
Amazing.
Well, it's special that you got it. And it's going to be an amazing year, ringing in 25 years together as a team. There's just so much things that are in store for next year. So I can't wait. And for our viewers listening or watching this, look out. It is going to be a record year for SBA with the beautiful Gregg leading the board and all of us working together. So thank you so much for being here and giving everybody a little insight who may not know this fabulous human a little bit more about you. So thanks for being here.
Well, thanks for having me, Andrea. But I want to thank you. You have been such a bright, shining light since you joined the SBA in October of 24.
It's crazy.
You have taken us to a whole nother level. The energy that you have brought to the organization. For many years, we struggled to get past that 800 members, and now we're almost at 900 and growing. And the new events that you've brought this year and what you have truly brought to each of us, in this short time, you've had such a positive influence on us, and I'm truly grateful for you.
Wow.
So thank you for all that you've done.
Thank you for your thank you, but it doesn't happen alone. I'm so fortunate to get to work with you and learn from the board that's been here for a while, as well as our amazing team here. So thank you for everything. And yeah, look out. Look out, world. Here we come.
Here we come.
Matching and all.
Yeah.